Dadi, tell me a story.
Little Nek Chand begged, wrapping his arms around his grandmother.
Come, my dearest.
Dadi said, gently drawing Nek into the warm rajai.
A long time ago, there lived a little boy who dreamed of becoming a mighty emperor. Now, you see, it wasn't at all easy for a village boy to become a king, let alone an emperor. But the boy was very brave.
The story flowed late into the winter night as the soft glow from a lantern filled the room with magical shadows. As Nek floated into sleep, he dreamt of princes on flying horses, towers that kissed the skies, wise wizards, chatty birds, and singing angels. Next morning at sunrise, Nek and his friends ran to the rocks lining the lake shore.
Charge, brave steeds!
Shouted the boys. The rocks beneath them became their trusted horses, and the lake became their vast battlefield. Swinging sticks like swords at the tall grass around them, they cried,
Take that, you cowards!
Their heroic play went on till sunset.
We must head home now,
cried Nek, biting into the juicy guavas picked from the lakeside farms.
BG will be upset since we missed lunch.
Nek tiptoed into the warm kitchen. His mother was already by the stove preparing dinner.
I was helping Bapuji in the farms.
Nek quickly said, hoping to trick his mother. But she knew better.
Good boys don't tell tales, Nek. Go wash and present yourself in the kitchen right now,
she said firmly. But when she ladled out ghee on the piping hot roti in his plate, her heart melted, just like the ghee. She knew how much Nek loved stories and reliving them.
When I was a little girl,
BG began. Nek looked at her with a twinkle in his eyes. He immediately forgot the scolding. BG chuckled and continued her tale. As BG rolled out the rotis and cooked them on the hot chulha, she talked about her childhood from a faraway village. The games by the watering wells, the adventures in the forests by the river, the dances in the fields filled with mustard flowers and sugar canes. Nek pictured happy girls on long swings touching the sky, with their colorful dupattas fluttering like playful flags. He heard giggling children dancing with peacocks, singing with koels, and running through the large green fields, biting into freshly roasted corn flavored with tangy lemon and salt. After Nek finished eating, BG gave him a large ball of dough. Nek shaped the dough into camels, cows, women with pots atop their heads, men in dhoti and pagdi, kings on elephants, queens in palanquins, musicians, dancers. He spent hours building his beautiful magical world as the rest of the family settled in for dinner around the warm stove. His cousins and brothers continued the stories. They spoke of majestic elephants that were white and golden, and of mythical birds with human bodies, lion feet, eagle wings, fish scales, and precious rubies in their eyes. As a young man, Nek moved to the large new city of Chandigarh. There, he found work as a road inspector. He watched as the modern city grew. Farmlands became buildings, village paths became tarred roads, forests became offices. Nek's heart ached for his village. He looked for a place where he could bring his dream world to life. Eventually, he found a forgotten forest on the edge of the growing city. There, he began to secretly build his dreamland. Before starting his workday, Nake set out on long bicycle rides through the villages that were slowly disappearing. He collected pieces of broken pottery, colorful bangles, shiny beads, buttons, glasses, mirrors, and tiles from these villages. He hid this treasure in the forest. With time, Nake learned to work with concrete. He used concrete with the pieces from his treasure to build a fantastic world. He filled this world with the people and places from his dreams. Women in colorful clothes made from bangles, walking with pots balanced on their heads. Men working in their fields wearing dhotis made from beads and tiles. Boys playing happily in kurtas made from buttons and mirrors. Girls swirling in flowing skirts made of shiny pebbles. He built curving pathways, flowing streams, large palaces with balconies, windows, and open courtyards. He built a world where happiness lived forever. For 15 years, Nake worked secretly. Then people learned of this enchanted world. They came in large numbers. They walked in amazement through the unending pathways. They admired the cascading waterfalls. They peeked through jharokhas. They waved joyfully from balconies. They called happily through doors. When they saw the large swings hanging from splendid tall arches, they swung high into the sky. They laughed as they touched the sky again. They walked excitedly into forests filled with elephants, monkeys, tigers, and birds made beautifully from pieces of pottery. They played hide and seek, ate their picnic in gardens, shared stories, and laughed some more, just like the village children in Nake's dreams. They called this magical world the Rock Garden.